In business, the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria is calling on banking professionals and leaders in the country to chart a course that will leverage the vast potential inherent in Nigeria's economy. The president and chairman of council, Dr. Ken Okpara, said this at the 2023 Fellowship Investiture of CIBN in Lagos. Mr. Okpara noted that in a rapidly changing world, the success of nations was often determined by their ability to harness their inherent strengths and overcome their challenges. According to him, Nigeria, with its abundant human and natural resources, possesses incredible economic potentials, noting that inequality in terms of income and opportunities had remained high and had adversely affected poverty reduction.
We are talking about how do we harness the opportunities. Of course, you know that Nigeria is blessed with abundant resources, including human resources. Over 70% of the population of this country belong to the youth. Therefore, we need to harness this. We need to put this together and stimulate the economy of this country for growth as much as possible.
I want to commend the Chartered Institute of Bankers for its efforts towards the development of banking profession within Nigeria and also beyond. The choice of today's theme, which is harnessing our economic potentials, I think is very apt, given the fact that we need to brainstorm on how to harness our economic potentials in order to help the government achieve its agenda of renewed hope.
Supplier of foreign exchange to the Nigerian economy has been the oil industry in the last 50 or 60 years. So until we are able to achieve, for instance, our OPEC production quota, that problem will not be solved. And achieving our OPEC production quota means also being able to tackle oil theft. That's huge economic sabotage. If oil theft is stopped, I believe within a month, things can turn around for this country. Because all we need to do is to increase supply of foreign exchange. It's a supply side challenge, not demand side problem.
Another former managing director and chief executive of EcoBank Nigeria, Mr. Patrick Akinwuton, wants government and other relevant agencies to embark on strategic plans to make entrepreneurship an engine of employment generation. This call was made at a lecture series of the Catholic Brothers United St. Agnes Parish in Maryland with theme "A Tool for Mitigating Unemployment." Mr. Akinwuton said that one of the ways to boost employment was to encourage entrepreneurial spirit of the citizenry. He added that for a country to grow and develop, employment plays a key role, so government and other relevant agencies should embark on plans to make entrepreneurship an engine of employment generation across the board.
And the first thing we've identified is parents should pay attention. You could have your child reading biology in the Faculty of Science, but your child could also have very good skills in fashion design. There's nothing wrong in encouraging that child to develop that skill that will ensure that when that child graduates with a first degree, the child has vocational skills, other skills, to be able to employ himself or herself. And the whole idea is to start small and begin to grow. It's not everyone who will come out of school and start driving a Lexus immediately. So that establishing core values. Secondly, looking at the operating environment, the role of government. Concerns have identified that corruption is a big problem in our country. The value system is very deficient. And it starts with the leaders.
Sensitizing our immediate environment and beyond towards entrepreneurship. The title of the lecture is Entrepreneurship Drive, a tool for mitigating unemployment for national growth.
Experts are urging Nigerians to consider a transformative approach to their communities by investing more in agriculture and land development. This push for agricultural integration and land development is aimed at fostering economic development in the country. More in the next report.
Agriculture has long been the backbone of Nigeria's economy, employing a significant portion of the population and contributing to the country's GDP. Experts argue that by integrating agriculture and residential development, Nigeria can pave the way for sustainable and prosperous communities in Africa.
The truth is that Agriculture from its inception is the core profession of Africans, which has been the source of our national, corporation, and individual prosperity. Our final call is this. Are you a medical doctor, legal practitioner, tech giant, or financial tycoon? You can still own a farm.
On the other hand, real estate provides opportunities for wealth creation and create a platform for security. This is because the synergy between agriculture and real estate development can foster a greater sense of shared prosperity.
Creating wealth, right? There are some sectors that you can't do without, right? Agriculture is one of them, real estate is one of them. And also we understand that, agriculture is an area of real estate. A lot of people don't know that. So we're saying instead of you just letting your land stay, just like that, we came up with the concept of having your land being engaged, agriculturally.
The call to return to agriculture comes as a refreshing perspective on how to address some of Nigeria's key challenges.
The stock market is starting trading in red following investors' reluctance to take big risk on equities of quoted companies. Effiong Gekop has more.
Bearish transactions resumed at NGX Exchange this early week, throwing up lower figures and indices in trade sectors. The market index got downward by a margin of 0.06%, which stressed losses on investments. The biggest trade loser was Dangote Sugar with a loss of 2.5%. FCMB, Chip PLC, ICO Insurance and Matsad Insurance all lost prices and values. On the side of business gainers were Academy Press, Champion Breweries, ABC Transport, African Prudential Insurance and Cornerstone Insurance. And outside Nigeria, stocks trading was largely negative. Securities trading at the JSE in South Africa closed in red following investors' interest in sales of holdings for cash. The Kenyan market also dropped low. Investors worried much about rising inflation in the economy and its effects on investment incomes. Finally, the stock market in Accra, Ghana closed flat. Market operators were not keen on strong trading volumes. Effiong Gekop, TVC News, Lagos.
Before football tonight, the CEO of Syndicate, Bao Abasi Enelbong, has signed a memorandum of understanding with the National Institute of Cancer Research and Treatment on the sequencing of cancer treatment that will be effective on Nigerians. This was disclosed at an event to commemorate International Cancer Week with the theme addressing cancer care disparities through research and improved access to treatment in Abuja. Miriam Mohammed reports, and next will be football tonight after this.
Cancer has become one of the leading causes of deaths, not just in Nigeria, but across the world. It is responsible for 79,000 deaths and approximately 124,000 new cases in Nigeria every year. Nigeria accounts for the second highest cancer burden in Africa. Most citizens believe the task of saving cancer patients remains government's responsibility. Citizens expect that government should at least provide the basic facilities to combat this disease and create an enabling environment which can facilitate the collaboration with private sector. It is why the CEO of Syndicate Bio, Abasi Ini Obong, has decided to collaborate with the private sector to solve these problems. The organization will commence a project meant to drive advancement in cancer research and precision medicine. It is expected that the project will allow patients to get access to the next generation sequence cancer-based tests.
More evidence is beginning to be seen that shows that the cancers that occur perhaps in Africans are different from cancers occurring in other populations. And so what that means is, as a Nigerian man, I might have prostate cancer, but the mutational signatures behind that prostate cancer
The federal government, on its part, discloses it is putting plans in place and new policies to help address cancer across Nigeria. It also launched 3 documents to help address cancer issues.
For this forum to acknowledge that the private sector today restated its confidence in the Nigerian economy, and therefore we have the wherewithal in what you are doing. What we are all doing is to ensure that the private sector is ready and the government is ready.
These 3 documents have priorities areas of action that address governance, prevention, supply chain, management, data and research, as well as surveillance.
The group signed an MOU with government meant to revolutionize genomic research in Nigeria. This will provide a unique insight as to how the disease affects Nigerians in comparison to foreign counterparts and how to treat it. Maria Mohammed, TVC News.